Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Real Drinks. We're up to episode 5. Got me, Dennis here. We got Mike and Justin. We're gonna drink some things, talk about movie news, and see what else happens. Tonight's drink, kind of in the holiday spirit. We got a eggnog. Justin has a little bit of whiskey in his. Good old Gibson Finest. And then Mike over here is just getting the old Coke and whiskey. All right. So today, let's start with the old news like we usually do. First things first. Last episode, me and Mike talked about the Disney Plus, the streaming service.
Yeah.
And we were talking about some of the projects, and I guess the one that's furthest on its way now, for the Marvel properties, is Scarlet Witch theme show, because it officially has a title.
Yeah.
Vision and the Scarlet Witch.
Or is it The Vision and the Scarlet Witch? Or
No, I think it's Vision.
Vision and the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So it started off as just a
Scarlet
show
Witch.
about Scarlet Witch, and then they're like, let's put the Vision in there. Let's make it the Vision show and the Scarlet Witch. Yeah. I mean, sure.
I mean, he was going to show up in the show anyway.
Yeah.
But I was thinking small press, especially the CGI that goes in his character alone. That's a lot of hard work for a TV show.
Well,
but
thinking they're gonna do Infinity War, just having him just put the little gem on Paul Bettany's head.
they could, because the show could be about him struggling through life
with his
like,
taxes and his finances.
Yeah.
He's going through a divorce,
Yeah, I think they might do that, keep him in human form for a lot of it.
Probably,
and
yeah.
are we gonna see them make some babies maybe?
the Vision Witches.
Yeah.
And so
They do have children in the comic books.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. That could
Who are
be.
the kids?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh.
I know they have names, but I couldn't tell you. I think they have twins. I think they're the twins. Comic books are weird, man. Like he is an android. Like anyway. And I think they'll probably keep him in human form for as much as they can. I'd say maybe story wise, because we don't know when any of these shows are going to take place, because
it could take place before like Infinity War, but the show
because so far all of the proposed shows for this streaming service are based on characters that are dead right now. Most of them are dead from being turned into ash, but Vision and Loki are dead.
They were dead before
the snap. So maybe this is before where were they in Europe? They were someplace in Europe during Infinity War, right? On a little getaway together.
Can't think of the
country.
But
who's to say?
But they were hiding from everyone and whatnot. So
I think that could be
it's gonna be a good show.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be nice to finally see Scarlet Witch kind of have her own. Something that's actually focusing on.
Hopefully,
her.
this thing focuses a lot on her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that Vision was being a big part of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
so much that.
Well, it was first announced that just like she was in it was her show.
Yeah.
And that he was gonna be in it because Paul Bettany said he was. I think he said he was coming to do the show.
Right?
Could be wrong, but now the title of the show is now Vision and the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Like that disappoints me a little bit, because I was hoping that she was going to get a full.
Because we had his background, we know what. Like he hasn't been around. We know his entire story just from so we're interested to see what they're on with you guys there. So
we'll see what happens, right?
Should be.
Next, a little bit of news. We also talked about Toy Story 4 in the last episode. They released a couple teaser trailers. A little creative casting in that one. We got I think it was Tom Hanks. He was talking about the movie, and he let it slip that Keanu Reeves has a secret role. Role in the movie.
Interesting.
Why not, right?
Not really a name that you would think would pop up in Toy Story.
He doesn't. He does a lot of like passion projects and things that he's really into. Who's to say why? He usually is pretty careful with choosing his roles.
Yeah.
So
So we should see who he's playing. There was no
Yeah.
hint or anything about what kind of toy he's playing, but
Mhm.
I'm going with some sort of
It
like.
might not be a toy.
I
it
think
might be a
he's
human.
going to be a villain. Oh,
Ooh,
Yeah.
could be.
but I could see
Could
him
be a
being
villain,
in a
yeah.
villain role.
Yeah.
We're in the dark on this one. We have no idea.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Because like I think that there's going to be non-toy inanimate objects, right?
Yeah.
With the spoony
The
or
spork.
Spork,
And
yeah.
the forky or whatever.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
So
I
like
think,
anything could be a toy.
yeah,
That's one.
yeah. We'll see. That's another interesting.
Talk about a little bit like why is a spork a toy all of a sudden? Is it like you put on like some fake eyes and now it's
Yeah,
I feel like
I think
they'll
that's pretty
touch-
interesting.
Yeah, I feel like they'll explain that somehow
Yeah,
in
it's
the
gonna
movie.
be-
like I'm feeling it's
I
been
think
revolves
the
around like
reason-
whatever that toy is for a kid. That what brings it. And
Yes, we could get real deep on it. Like, when does something become a toy? Exactly. Like, people used to play with, okay, so in the realm of Toy Story, are ping pong balls toys? Are they
they
alive? Are they sentient? Those little ball and cup things were toys. Are all of those, are those sentient?
Yeah.
Like, anything
Like
could be a
marbles
toy.
and jacks
Yeah,
and all that
like-
stuff.
Do those all have thoughts and feelings? Man, I hadn't thought about it. Like, even after the trailer with the Sporky thing, I hadn't thought about it that much. But now,
like what
this
makes
is
a toy, right?
what makes a toy? And when does that toy become sentient as a toy in the realm of Toy Story? It's a big question, you know.
This is getting
It's
pretty
a-
deep.
It's a deep, moral question. When does something become a toy? And
The fourth movie has a lot of explaining to do.
yeah, I thought there was nothing to it, but apparently,
we cracked the code.
yeah. Like, is it something that is just labeled as a toy from a manufacturer? So
I think it's kids' imagination. Whatever is
if a kid imagines, okay,
Like,
so I
yeah.
pick this up,
Pet
I
rock.
imagine that this is a toy.
Yeah.
It would just have eyes and could talk and, amongst other toys.
I believe so.
That's
Yeah.
what you think?
Yeah, I believe it's up to the kid.
The kid?
If it's a toy for the kid,
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling this movie's gonna have like a kid that can't afford toys and whatnot, and
Oh,
so he makes his
yeah.
own.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's
well, we
kind
got
of what they were
Forky
going
here.
for. Because even that character in the trailer is, I don't belong here
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, I'm not. So
So he doesn't know if he's a toy. So
Yeah.
the toys don't think they're a toy.
Well, I mean,
wow.
Buzz didn't really know he was a toy in the whole first movie.
That's
He thought
right,
he thought he was a real space ranger.
Yeah, that's so true. It's coming full circle, I believe. We thought it came full circle with Toy Story 3. Well, wait until.
There's more circles, guys.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow, I didn't think we were gonna have much to say about that.
Hours later, what makes a toy? Crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
All right. Next little big bit of news. For a Kingsman fan out there, like me, I enjoyed the first two movies.
Yeah.
The next one is a prequel
Right.
that they're going for. No title yet, but
Mhm.
some
World War II setting, I think.
World War One.
World War One setting.
Yeah.
Cool.
And some interesting names out there for who potentially could star in it.
Mm.
I think Ralph Fiennes already has a role in it. There was, because weeks ago I think they said that him and another gentleman already had prominent roles in this prequel. But like,
Okay. I could see him playing like the Merlin
Yeah.
role. Like
Mhm.
he could be what's the guy's name? Martin. What's his name?
Merlin?
Mark
Merlin.
Strong.
Mark Strong. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see him playing like that type of character, like for the Kingsman back in the day. Like maybe he was.
Yeah.
Of that time, and there's gonna be because there's always like a Merlin and there's always a
Yeah,
Arthur,
because
there's
everyone's
always
getting
a-
replaced. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that'd be pretty neat. I think.
And then more recent casting, well, not casting, but like names that are floating out there that who they want to be in the movie. Got Baron Zemo from Civil War.
Daniel Bruhl.
Daniel Bruhl, yeah,
Mhm.
he's up for a role. Rise, guy who played Lizard in Amazing Spider-Man, Rise Eichen,
Yeah.
and Charles Dance. They're all up for roles in the Kingsman movies. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the first two, so I'm stoked. And then after this one, there's going to be a continuation of the first two movies. They're going to make it.
Yeah. Okay.
That brings
yeah,
back.
That's cool. Like when they kind of announced this, and I don't know, Taron Egerton was like, "Oh, I'm not part of the next movie." I didn't realize at the time that it was going to be a prequel.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, that's weird." Like
Yeah.
they're really, leaning into that character and bringing his character up for them to just jump into someone like
So
somewhere else.
totally new, like.
But yeah, if they continue the story after this little prequel, that'd be.
So I would assume maybe whatever happens to the prequel can probably connect in the third one. It's probably it's coming up before.
Yeah.
Because usually it's the original trilogy and then the prequels or the spin-offs or whatnot. So, and then I guess there's like a TV show coming up too.
Yeah.
For because
it might be a little too it might be biting off too much.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Kingsman was a good series and everything, but it feels like we're getting fed a little bit too much.
Yeah, a little bit ahead of ourselves maybe, but just slow it down a little bit and just focus on what we're doing. I think as long as Matthew Vaughn's involved though,
yeah,
we should be fine.
Is that a Miller World? Who does that?
Yep.
Is that a Miller World? Mark Miller?
Yeah, Mark
That's
Miller.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he has a huge contract with Netflix now to make a whole
that's
all of his
right.
properties.
Yeah. So if it's a Netflix series, TV series, that should be fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So there's talks of a Kick-Ass show or another movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Just basically all of his projects are now gonna be part of Netflix, whether they're a TV series or just a movie for Netflix. So.
I remember at one point there was talks of going somewhere with the Statesman. Is that still?
I think that's still out there a little bit.
Like a spin-off sort of?
Because they set that up, obviously, bringing in Channing Tatum from the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I haven't really heard any news for it.
No.
But it was, I think, when the second one came out and it did well, box office wise.
I see your pen. Sorry, keep going.
And we were talking about like a trilogy and like the whole point of bringing in the Statesman was
Sorry. Go on.
Did you want to get your hat?
Maybe I should. Should I?
Go get your hat.
I'll be right back.
Mike just brought it to our attention that he forgot to put his hat on when he swore he was going to wear for this episode.
We've done every episode so far wearing a hat. Everyone that's on the show. We're pro hat. We're all balding. We need to hide it.
It's balding. It's entirely the balding part. Ball caps, toques.
Anything really. Whatever's covered. Oh man, I feel like we should just restart it all.
No, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Leave it in.
I think it's good. I mean, you were talking, he was writing something down, we both looking at the same time.
I think it's perfect.
Everything feels right now.
Yeah, it feels better. Oh man, I even talked about putting it on before we started. You were done with the Kingsman, or
Statesman?
Yeah.
There was talks of a spin-off movie or project with them. Hadn't heard much when they were talking about the prequel and the third movie for the original stuff. There was no mention with that announcement of the Statesman project, but Channing Tatum's not playing Gambit anytime soon, so.
Oh yeah. Is there still hopes for that?
I don't know why people.
Oh man.
It doesn't need to happen.
No, it really doesn't.
It's so sad because I remember that Comic-Con where
Get them all together.
we had Ryan Reynolds doing Deadpool, there's Channing Tatum for Gambit, the Fantastic Four people.
Oh.
And then all the X-Men,
the new X-Men
for
or
Apocalypse
the
and
New Mutants were there, right?
I don't think the
No,
New Mutants, but it had
the X-Men Apocalypse staff.
Yeah, and this was before Logan, so Hugh Jackman was there. They had everyone, and they took a big selfie or whatever with Stan Lee, and I was so sad because none of those projects are alive anymore.
It's almost as sad as the Dark Universe
Yeah.
set photo that they took when they got. Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp and Russell Crowe.
I mean, that photo even looks sad. Like, there's no hope in that photo. Like, it was like the 5 minutes, like, because I was told that picture from Dark Universe, they were not all in the same room.
Yeah.
They all just took a picture and then photoshopped
they photoshopped them all together.
in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's even more pathetic.
Oh, freaking universes, man. So hard to get right, I guess.
Yeah, it's like some people should just come up with their own universes on their own.
Almost, right?
It's almost like we should come up with universes and write them down and present them.
Almost. You're getting there.
I almost feel like you're leading up to something
We
here.
should really do that sometime. I don't know.
Next time the full cast is together,
Yeah,
we will have universes to share.
well, bit of a sizzle. Keep you interested. Stay tuned.
All right, Kingsman cast, and all right. So the next bit of news we got here is obviously every episode talking about how great DC is falling apart.
Yeah.
And one of the issues they have is they won't stop announcing movies, or like, I don't think these were officially announced, but they're probably reported like every week there's a new movie being reported that they're making.
Yeah.
First, at the beginning of the week, it was a Blue Beetle movie. I think that was one, and then recently it was, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, a Zatanna movie was announced. Any of those two characters floating in boats here to see?
Well, I think one thing that I kind of thought would really suit someone like James Gunn instead of Suicide Squad would be a buddy time travel comedy.
Like Booster Gold.
and Blue Beetle. Get those two together and get someone with James Gunn's sensibilities and do something real wacky and weird with those two. I'd be all about that. But Zatanna is very interesting too. I've always wanted to see her in live action, whether it be a TV show or
and when
something.
the Justice League Dark movie was being floated about, I was very interested in that project, and she was going to be.
Was she okay? Because I haven't watched any of the anime. Was she in Justice League Dark?
Yep.
How did they convey her powers? Because in the comic books, the way she casts a spell is she just says what she's doing backwards.
I don't think they do
just,
that.
What do they do with that? Because if she's
I think she's just like a
fireball, it would just be fireball written out backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I don't know. I've always wanted to see how that would
I can't recall how they
translate.
I think she just has magic powers. I don't think there's.
She doesn't have to say anything.
I think she does say whatever she wants, but there's no joke saying it's whatever I want to do. I was gonna say it backwards.
But now I want to look into it and see if it actually
because it could be an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Whatever she's doing, if we see what the writing of what she said, if that means anything.
So I've always wanted to see. I guess I could have watched that movie and found out for myself, but I didn't think about it. But seeing that in live action play out,
cool for it. Yeah.
Plus fishnets.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I'd love to see a Zatanna movie.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle.
That top hat.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. All right.
Blue Beetle. I just don't know a whole lot
any
about.
fan
So I'm
casting
not
for
sure.
that? Anyone out there that you're I want to see as Zatanna? Since we guess we prefer that one over Blue Beetle one, so someone with that can rock the fishnets. Have the acting chops at the same time.
Nothing's coming straight to mind. But
I mean, she's Black Widow, but Scarlett Johansson. I think.
Yeah. That one.
Could do that. Put a black wig on her instead of a red one. Or. Yeah.
All right.
we'll take Scarlett.
As for Blue Beetle, couldn't say who could. That's another one where
it could be anyone.
It could be just about anyone, especially depending on the version of Blue Beetle you go with. There are some that are full out Iron Man armor, or you've got the spandex Blue Beetle. So it's depending on. obviously, I think they're gonna go with the more armor version of a Blue Beetle.
Oh, we can pick whoever one plays movies. Movies that probably not gonna get made.
Yeah.
Reading the same article for the Zatanna thing, they were talking about how they're still trying like their priority, DC Warner Bros. Their priority is still a Supergirl movie and a Batgirl movie.
Yeah.
The Flash and the Man of Steel franchise is just killing. The more they come up with, it's just like they're pushing all the projects down more.
Yeah, like
on the list.
Remember that timeline they released like 4 years ago?
Yeah, because they have all the movies and all the dates and everything, and so far three of
the like 10.
Yeah.
And then they just keep announcing. I
announcing.
like to refer to it as they're threatening us with. They're threatening us with a Blue Beetle movie. Like, come on.
We're making enough to make you guys hate us more.
Yeah.
So I know you guys touched on this one last episode, the title of the Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
What did you guys think of that title? Because originally I just thought it was Birds of Prey, and Margot Robbie just, as a joke, wrote that little part on the script, and then you guys had mentioned that was actually the name.
What Justin's referring to
completely ruins it for me.
In the last episode, we talked about it a little bit. The title of the they say a Birds of Prey movie, it's a Harley Quinn movie for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is Birds of Prey, and in parentheses, and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. My opinion was with a title like that, you're doomed to fail.
Yeah, like that.
And my opinion is they made up the word fantabulous. I mean, that's not a word. You're not kidding anyone.
No, it's unnecessary. It's
Birds of Prey was fine.
not even that. Like, it's not going to be a Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah,
it's a Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah,
she's not a member of the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, that part I didn't know. I knew Birds of Prey was a thing. I didn't know who was all in it or anything.
Because the main focus of Birds of Prey, I believe, is Batgirl.
Yeah,
she's a member of.
Yeah, it's typically Batgirl, Huntress, and Black Canary.
Yeah,
are the three main Birds of Prey. I know there's been some roster change up,
and then
here and there, but
the Harley Quinn team was, what was the other movie that was announced?
The Sirens,
Gotham City Sirens, which was
Poison Ivy,
and Catwoman, Harley Quinn. So they could have gone with that.
Which I think I don't know. I think I heard that they are going to be part of this movie too. I think that's something that someone said.
DC probably.
Yeah, said it. They
take a couple shots and they just put names in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they have Harley Quinn in there, they'll make some money out of it.
Oh yeah, totally.
It'll be garbage, but
yeah, I feel like it's just going to be
like she'll do good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like for the most part, they round out their cast with very good actors and performers.
Yeah.
I know that they've announced who's playing these Birds of Prey, and most of them are very solid.
It's just the scripts they're given, or
the
directing, or whether
studio
it's it's
never
the cons outweigh more the pros of all these projects, and it's just one thing after another.
With the ridiculous title of the Birds of Prey, it's going to star Harley Quinn, so that instantly reminds me of the Mystique movies that are featuring the X-Men.
Oh yeah,
that's instantly.
That's
like it feels like it's
at least these ones are
giving
giving in and saying like basically this is a Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
This isn't like it's X-Men, but you're watching Mystique.
X-Men and the magnificent, freedom of Mystique.
So still no faith in the DC thing for now. Aquaman comes out soon, hopefully.
Yeah, real soon.
That stick goes on the right track.
This week, or when is it? Or no, it's near the end of this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know there's some early reviews for it that were positive so far, but the
think
early ones are always positive, in my opinion. I call them the Twitter reviews because it's like social media only things, and I'm pretty sure Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman all had great early reviews.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, I'm definitely more interested in this Aquaman movie than some of the later ones.
And now it's going against Aquaman's going against direct Disney competition that weekend. It's coming at the same Mary Poppins Returns.
which is funny because Julie Andrews, right, is gonna be in Aquaman and not in
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. She like refused to do a cameo. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They offered her a cameo, and she's just like, nah. I'd rather do Aquaman. Right.
So, but I think probably Mary Poppins probably gonna review a lot better. That's almost Oscar bait type of movie.
Right. Yeah.
So you know that one's gonna be good. That one's gonna make more money. Probably Mary Poppins, in my opinion, just because
Kids, like parents bringing their kids to
if they're gonna pick, they're probably gonna pick like the more kid
friendly. Yeah.
and people aren't gonna have faith in Aquaman until it's universally known that it's good.
Yeah.
Right. That's so maybe the second weekend.
Yeah. People have been burned. So, like they went and saw Justice League, they saw Aquaman and that, and they're like, nah.
Right.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
so we'll just have to wait and see
Yeah.
how that goes. And then December's a busy month. We got like the Bumblebee movie coming out
Oh yeah. Okay.
as well, and no Star Wars movie, but
That's right. Yeah. That's,
Ooh, yeah.
because this year was May with the Han Solo thing. So
Yeah. Thanks for that.
so we'll just have to wait out. Any other news that I didn't write down about? Oh, we speaking of people and projects, I guess. The DC Plus first show that's gonna come out, The Mandalorian, announced some casting again for it.
Disney Plus.
That's what I said.
You said DC Plus.
Disney. Oh, sorry.
Alright.
Correction. Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Trying to.
That's okay.
Thank you. I get
It's all
Nervous.
D. You know.
yeah,
there's so
it's the
many
letter
Ds.
D. Nick Nolte was casted in The Mandalorian.
That's right.
Star
Yeah.
Wars project.
Mm-hmm.
What's he famous for? I can't
What's he
recall.
famous for?
What's his biggest movie, in your opinion?
Those ones with Eddie Murphy for 48 Hours.
Okay, yeah.
Those are good.
I know his name, I know what he looks like, but I just cannot picture what I've seen
He
him
was
in.
in. He was really good in Warrior. See Warrior.
Warrior, yeah.
He
There
was
it
really
is.
good in that.
Yeah.
Probably.
I was gonna say the other Keanu Reeves movie, Point Break, but that's Gary Busey. Because those two are really interchangeable.
My first thought when I saw Nick Nolte was the wrestler, but that's Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Who's the Hulk's father in the
Oh,
first
was he?
Hulk movie.
Okay,
with
yeah, that's
Clive Owen.
right. Yeah, I thought that was Chris Christopherson.
Are you arguing with the internet right now?
No, I could not stand up. I couldn't do it.
Screw guys, you win.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the Warrior is what I recognized him.
Those.
Tropic Thunder.
Who was he in Tropic? Oh, he was the demolition guy in Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 48 Hours Later or whatever with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that
48 Hours Later. 48.
ridiculous
48, I
six.
think it's 48 hours. Oh, maybe it's a sequel. I don't know.
They're totally it. I think there's two of them.
So,
I might be wrong. They're definitely not what he's most famous for, but
A lot of really old movies.
yeah.
anyway, he's in this Star Wars movie, which just casted Pedro Pascal.
Yes.
We talked about it in the last episode. See, we got a fan of this. We were kind of in the dark because we're not Game of Thrones fans, but we don't watch.
He was
the show
great for
anymore.
that whole one season.
Oh, no,
so-
no.
So
Yeah.
that project's running out nicely, and the directors of Infinity War, the Russo brothers,
Yeah.
they were spotted on set. So who knows?
Hmm.
That sparks a whole whack of rumors when anyone's spotted on the set, and could be. I think they had a Q&A the other day, and someone asked them they would love to do a Star Wars project, and
That'd be nice.
they also, speaking of them, like they're done after Avengers 4, like their contract with Marvel's done, or they don't plan to do it anymore. But I guess they would come back if their Marvel or wanted to do a Secret Wars
Yeah.
movie, and then they would
Go
definitely
for
come
it.
back to that.
Yeah. I think they'll end up doing that.
Can you give me a quick little recap of what Secret Wars is?
Secret
Yes.
Wars? Okay. So, Secret Wars, yeah, is pretty much the first big Marvel crossover event where Marvel was like, you know what? Kids would really like it if we made toys of all these characters. And we'll do a big comic book series, a big comic book, event where we put all of them together and they fight each other, and you know, we'll, you know, come up with a toy line to coincide with that. And so it's pretty much that. There's a character that, yeah, collects them all up and puts them on a planet to
There was
fight.
a Spider-Man episode of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, they I think like the Iron Man's in it.
Yeah.
Like instead of the Hulk, they bring in the Lizard
Yeah,
in that episode.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can imagine, yeah, that's like you get your first appearance of the black suits Spider-Man
That's what that's from?
in Secret Wars.
Okay.
You get yeah, all of like the first huge like crossover
was
event
that?
in that, and it's all just based on Marvel being like, yeah, kids want like playing with toys, these Star Wars toys. Let's
So,
make
like,
a big series where they're all fighting
This
each
person
other.
collects them all, or like,
Yeah.
like what's the like? Just does he just like fight each other now? Like winner
Pretty
gets
much,
to leave,
yeah.
or
Pretty much, yeah. I've never read it to be
Okay.
honest. I just know the gist of it, but yeah, it's kind of
'cause
like
they just don't
that.
want them to tread too close to the Civil War storyline. If they're talking about movies wise, like
Yeah.
movies, that was
Yeah,
people against people that they were
Uh-huh.
also on the same team.
It sounds like it would be on a much grander scale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally, but.
Yeah, I think they could do something a little different with the movies. They can have it, but again, yeah, you don't want to get too close to Civil War. Like one character kind of manipulating it
Yeah,
all into events. You don't want to get too close to that. But if it's a more cosmic entity being like, all right, let's throw them all together. Like let's put
Especially if
them
they're
all on this planet.
if the Fox characters and X Men all that become part of the universe, they can bring
they've
in
got a
more
lot to do and they can-
characters and
Yeah, kind of going with like, you know, like Doctor Doom could be like the
Yeah.
next Thanos. You
Yeah.
know, they could do something like that, and yeah, just a lot to look forward to. I think, you know.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that is it for news today.